Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. After the Human Covenant War ended, humans and Sangheili kind of started to get along. You know, Arbiter took over, there was the Swords of Sanghelios. They kind of weren't, all evil. And in that, there were some joint human and elite ventures, such as the Helioskrill armor. Today, we are going to be looking at every single Helioskrill armor Mega has ever made. The Helioskrill armor was made as a challenge almost. A Sangheili crafts person decided that they could make better Spartan armor than humans could, and thus the Helioskrill armor was born. So, let's go ahead and jump in. So we're going to go ahead and start with probably the most common and also my least favorite of all the Helioskrills. This guy comes from the Active Camo Power Pack. It was one of those like little rec station sets that Mega did for a while, and it's pretty weird. We've known Mega to do active camo figures, but this guy is not really active camo. He's kind of just this translucent light blue over a black undersuit. It's just kind of weird. I don't really know. It's like interesting, but not great. The visor prints, I've gotten a handful of these sets. Don't ask me why. I just ended up with more than one. And the visors tend to be a little bit weird printed. So very interesting. You get this clear blue armor, but I would highly recommend putting it over like a clear undersuit or something, because as it is, it looks kind of weird and he's really not that useful of a figure. Now, this guy came from those 10th anniversary blind bags. He's also fairly common, though he's not that cheap on the aftermarket. He's got this really nice teal color. This is so much more useful than that translucent blue. We got a very nicely printed visor. A lot of the visors on these guys are nice. I got a whole bunch of these a while back. Blue shoulder armors too. All of these Helioskrills have these shoulder armors that Arbiter first used, so that's pretty cool. And the detail just stands out so much better on this more, non-translucent color. So I really like it. I think it's a great color. We don't get this color very often on Spartans. We just actually don't get this color very often at all from Mega, except for maybe in the Pokemon line. So it's nice to see here, and the molding on this guy is just sharp. If you Google Mega Halo Spartan Helioskrill, this guy right here is probably the one that you're going to see. This is the Halo Heroes Series 3 one, and holy moly, this guy is special. So, at first glance, you might just be like, what? He's just a Spartan figure. But this is one of the very small handful of new articulation figures that came with a wash. So this guy comes with this black wash on him, which is fantastic because this yellow tends to be a bit eye burning, but this tones him down a bit and makes it so much nicer. Also, he's got a visor outline. He's the only Helioskrill to have a visor outline, and the visor looks so nice. He's also got some extra print. It's a little crooked on the helmet, but there's a little bit on the chest and on the legs as well. Really nice, and the black wash is random, so each Helioskrill is going to look different. So mine kind of looks like he's got a big blast mark on the top of his forehead here because there's just extra there. Yours, if you have one or if you get one, probably won't look like that. So that's what makes this guy special, the wash and the fact that he's just going to be unique. He comes with this DMR with this really nice paint job, so that's kind of his weapon. The other guys don't necessarily have specific weapons, but this guy does. So yeah, this dude, really nice. His price tends to vary, but he's not super rare. He just tends to be a little expensive because people are like, Halo Heroes, therefore he must be worth money. So, I don't know. He's pretty cool though. Challenger Series brought us a full GUMMY Helioskrill. This guy is one of the rarest Helioskrills, and he comes cast all in this translucent green, which looks really cool. I personally feel like gummies aren't good for much other than displaying, but I gotta say, this dude does look really cool, and I really like him, even though I literally have no use for him in terms of taking photos. But yeah, this is cool. Just the all translucent green, basically kryptonite. His head is a bit lighter because it's soft plastic, and the soft plastic always varies in terms of the color. The same with the forearms, but since the forearms are so compact, you can't really see it as well. This guy, you might see a little bit of weirdness in his hand. The hand was actually cracked, so I did my hand repair on it, and hopefully it holds. We'll see, it's still kind of setting right now. But it's got to hold because he does have a weapon. This is a translucent Hydra, and I believe this is exclusive to this figure, so he also has a special weapon. Those kind of go together, and finding this guy for a good price on the aftermarket is going to be extremely difficult. And our last figure, and my favorite, is the Fireteam Shadow Helioskrill. The color, this dark silvery gray, reminds me the most of Arbiter out of any of the other figures. Look at that. That looks sick. He's got a purple visor too, which really stands out. And he's got the Fireteam Shadow symbol printed on one shoulder, albeit a little bit rumpled looking because his shoulder just is rumpled. But yeah, this is just, if you want a definitive Helioskrill just in your Spartan ranks, this would be the one. However, Fireteam Shadow is very, very difficult to get these days. I think you would be better off getting a Halo Heroes Helioskrill. Also, something I didn't really point out is this leg piece has holes in it. The Helioskrill leg piece just comes with holes, which I think is really interesting. I don't believe any other Spartan leg pieces have that. I don't know, it's just very cool to me. The whole Helioskrill look is really neat. The feet are a little bit like duck feet, but I think it's still pretty cool. So in terms of like what is exclusive to the Helioskrill armor set, it would be the helmet, the chest plate, and the leg bits. I think that these forearms were used on brutes, or at least they have been since. The shoulders came from Arbiter. But yeah, those leg pieces are exclusive, the chest and the head. That groin piece is just a Halo 4 and 5, like Master Chief groin piece. So yeah, this dude is by far my favorite. So now comes the part where we are going to do a little bit of ranking. We only have 5, which I'm actually pretty sad because I think this armor is so cool and so underutilized. But we're going to rank them in terms of best to worst. So I have to say, despite my personal bias, I think the Halo Heroes one is going to take the #1 spot. It's got the wash, it's a little easier to get than some, and it's just really good. The visor looks amazing. And then obviously easy second place would be Fireteam Shadow. Third place is also pretty easy. Honestly, this whole ranking is pretty easy for me. That blue guy definitely goes in there. Easy is just, yeah, he just obviously belongs there. Fourth, we'll go to the green gummy. And fifth, in the worst place, is the kind of weird partial active camo dude. He's just not useful unless you want to paint a Helioskrill, in which case that would be the one I would suggest getting to paint. The rest of these guys are way too cool to do that with. Well, there you have it. That is every single Helioskrill that Mega has ever made. I would love to see more of these made because we don't even have like primary colors. We don't have the normal blue. We don't have a red. We don't have a normal green. We don't have a metallic green. Like there's so much that they could do. Honestly, I would love to see one in this orange. Like a Helioskrill in this orange would be sick. However, I don't know if we'll ever see this armor return. I could be wrong. We did see Helljumper return in Halo Universe Series 3, so Mega could bring things back at any time. But yeah, it's just not a super popular one from what I can tell, and I just don't anticipate Mega bringing it back in any sort of reasonable amount of time. So let me know. What do you think about the Helioskrill armor? Do you like it? Do you think it's dumb? Do you like the lore behind it? Which one of these guys here do you like the best? Which ones do you have? Which one do you think is the worst? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time.